How's it going, everybody? Long time no chat. Do apologize for not posting up too many shorts and everything. I've just been god-awful busy. Was going to do some community posts, but yeah. Got a lot of things done. Just about ready to be there. Still going to be working on vehicles at least 2 to 3 times a week, because I got to start hauling off the junk wood. Well, fight the stupid jungle over there that I lost the battle on. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We've had a lot of rain and been busy doing a bunch of other stuff and doing measurements on the house, get things repaired on that. Nothing severe, just the typical, paint and stuff like that. So no biggie. The reason why I say that is because people think, dire, so that's why I say that, a lot. So this is a cheap video on recapping on everything, because like I said, I've been extremely busy. I was wanting to do a video on the 57 Oldsmobile today, but I think I'll do that later in the week, because I think I'll work on that a little at a time in the week, because I got some Marlboro mystery oil to pour down into the engine and see if it's locked up or not. And also too, to see if it's like a rocket or not. I don't think it's a golden rocket. I think it's just a standard rocket, but we'll find out in time. Definitely find out in time. So without further ado, we're going to start over here and recap on everything that's going to be happening. And I will be jumping around from vehicle to vehicle. Nothing will be quite consistent to an extent. I know people want me to work on a vehicle per month. I really can't do that because I'm a one-man army right now. That's why I'm hoping to grow the channel here with everything happening very shortly. MIG welder is about ready to fire up. Got a cylinder on order because they didn't have any. They're on back order for some reason because a lot of people were wanting new cylinders. So, and that's actually going to come in next Friday, which is a good thing. It'll time it just right to where I go in and do my typical stuff per week. So yeah, you're finally going to watch me weld stuff and do body work at long last. It was going to be last year, but now this year it's like, holy moly, you're going to see me do work. There's other things that are becoming that I will be sharing as well. When all of those have arrived, I will talk about that video, and it pertains about the Woody. So without further ado, let's get into video talk on the cars. Recapping. I gotta find a particular spot for the 51 Vicky. We may have a lead to a 100 horse engine, not quite sure, but if it falters, Tucker's gonna be putting a 110 Mercury engine into this. We really want to keep this original with the 100 horse, which was a what, a 200 something flathead V8. I can't remember now. He knows more about the flatheads than I do. I remember them, but yeah. So yeah, you're gonna be seeing stuff happening on the 51 Vicky. I'll start doing some stuff, getting things started for him, vice versa, stuff and everything. So not much to really talk about other than she's about ready to go, about ready for restoration, and reproduction parts. A lot of that's going to be happening next year. Oops, I scared a cottontail. I didn't mean to do that. And so yeah, reproduction stuff's going to be happening next year. It'll be on a very, very small scale from this into other vehicles. The 2 sister cars, well, there's going to be triplets now, because with the other Galaxy, the other 64 Galaxy, she'll join the rest over here. I got to, well, probably rob this hub right here in order to move her over here carefully and position her accordingly. I've got to scoot this over just a tad bit. This is gonna get swung back because the Vicky is gonna be placed right there. I gotta prep this and get it ready for Tucker to yank out the engine, and we'll box it up, because all the other stuff we'll place over here. The other engines, box them up, because next year we'll be building some stuff to get them started, do some tune-up work and what have you. So yeah, and I was going to build a small shed right there, but as you can see, everything took over, so I'm going to have to do some work in the winter if it's not too severe. So yeah, so again, there'll be sister cars. no longer twos, but threes, triplets, so to speak. So yeah, we'll compare everything between Mercury and Galaxy XL to a standard Galaxy. I think that's going to be something that's I'm actually kind of anxious for, because, you know, this is a 4-speed, factory 4-speed, and mine over there is a factory automatic. And this might get a 427 in the future from a relative. Not sure yet, because he's trying to make up his mind for stuff. I mean, it's a huge option to put that 427 into something. But, you know, this will be old school, mine will be modernized, and I'll show everyone how to modernize older vehicles like this. But we'll get to the blue Galaxy in a moment, because, you know, not this is going to be modernized, but yeah, hopefully you get the idea. Hard to explain some stuff. This, we've hardly ever talked about it, the 67 Mustang Coupe. Gotta get the engine yanked out of this. Gotta get things organized, stuff picked up, placed into tubs. Because this, well, it needs a whole new front end on it. Tucker's gonna order one of those from CJ Pony Parts. They're not a sponsor, I'm just saying where we're gonna get parts at. And we'll also supply links down in the description of where we're getting our stuff, so that way people are curious, you know, we could point them in the right direction. He's going to get something for a big block, and this is going to be some sort of a Cobra build. Something very special about this. So, and of course, this is a 3-speed. Thought it was a 4-speed, but no, it's a 3-speed. And of course, don't need too much of a change, because, you know, it's got the factory manual clutch setup. So, but floorboard, someone put it in, they tacked it in. I don't know how bad it is, so we're going to need a whole brand new floorboard. I don't know if this was like original bucket seats or a bench seat. You know, I don't know if any of these were even bench seats, to be honest. If someone knows, just please let me know down in the comments section. But going to yank the engine out of this, see if the 289 is remotely savable, and if it is, Tucker's going to use it and turn into some sort of a stroker. When Tucker has time, he's going to work on this. He's been studying things a lot more, and I forgot a weed in her grill, so sorry, sweetheart. I still have some yard work to do, and I'm still working on everything. Yeah, he's back on point, sorry. He's just gonna be working on this when he has time, and I'm probably going to start doing some body work on the top, so that way that's savable. Do some details on the body, and I don't know what else that this may need, but he knows how to boil the gas tanks. I'm going to take those out, and then he'll take care of them. The 56 Ford 2-door sedan custom line. That's not like the 56 Fairlane. Different setup, different trim level, different trim package. This is going to have the engine out of that. He found kits online to get rid of the governors and a bunch of other stuff to wire it up to an older vehicle. We'll also show how to do that. He knows how to read blueprints. I don't. I don't know. I tried to read blueprints, but they go over my head. Too much to remember. It's a good thing his mindset's better than mine. But yeah, put some tires on this, get it kind of out of here, repositioned, and start doing measurements to put that engine into this. But it'll get a frame up restoration, and we'll also be using this to compare some stuff onto the other frame to repair it, because the front end on these is very similar, damn near exact, to the wagon. However, you know, since this is just a standard 2-door body, the frame is actually different than a wagon. And we'll also show and compare things on that too, from frame to frame, because making that video documentary library on absolutely everything. Of course, the Cadillac. I want to work on this so badly, and it will be in October, but between now and then I got to jack this up and free up those hubs, take off the back fender, because each and every hub is locked up. And well, I'm no longer going to put a GM engine into this. This is going to get a 428 Cobra Jet 4-barrel automatic. Going to do some measurements in the back to see what kind of rear axle off a Ford it'll take for a 9-inch. Beef up the leaf springs in the front and the back. There are kits out there for this to turn this into more of a modern take, along with power steering. Of course, I have a parts car for some sheet metal right there. I also have other sheet metal to start fixing stuff over here. Excuse me. I'll also be showing everyone my process on how to make a pattern off of this to go on this side for a wooden pattern. If I somehow get a parts car, and that has to be extremely dilapidated, it has to be far gone, too far gone to be savable. Because if it's savable, then I'll be keeping it back. If it's either Chevrolet, Buick, Pontiac, Cadillac, I mean, you get the idea, or even Oldsmobile. If it's still a decent car and it's savable, well, I'll be making patterns off of whatever, and I'll be mocking it for this. But I'll start with the skeletal structure, you know, from this side. Yeah, I've talked about this car so many damn times. It's pretty much like beating a dead horse. But I'm recapping, telling everyone what's up. And no matter how winter is, I'm actually going to try to do stuff. So be prepared that there may be one video per month, depending on how bad it is. So yeah, I'll actually show the entire internet how to fix cars like this at long last. I said that last year, health issue and bad winter, but now this year you're gonna see it. Damn, I knock on wood and there's no wood near me, so let's knock on rubber. Yeah, makes me nervous. The husk of that, parts off of this, and sheet metal is gonna be used for this. Nothing else to be said. The same way with the doors. I gotta get these up off the ground. Also start doing measurements because I want to get the body done at least all the way up to 100%, at least structurally sound, because I also have to level stuff out right here. But I think I want to do the door kind of last-ish, or at least before the trunk, because those two doors in the back will complete this. And a section down here, I think it's on this door. Yeah, that section down right there will be fixing the spot on the 41 Oldsmobile, since that's rusted out and everything. The chrome pieces, I'll save those back for something. So, and this chrome piece is no good. I could just go ahead and, you know, just pop it off. But, you know, I'll just do proper measurements, you know, just cut, and strip everything out and go from there. Wing window still good. It's flat glass. But I want to do this door first before I get to the trunk, because I got to do a lot of pulling, just a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, this will still be a GM body, but, you know, a Ford. Drivetrain. I know people won't like that, but you know, I'm having difficulty finding engines for this now, because since we lost our two 472 Cadillac engines, and we have access to 428 blocks and 352 heavy duty blocks, so I figure it's like, well, why not? It'll still be Bluetooth, you know, modernized up to a certain extent, but I think I'll probably turn this into some sort of a fun car type of cruiser setup. So yeah, I don't know what else to say on it. I do apologize for beating a dead horse, but you know, like I said, recapping and stuff and being busy. Yeah, I can give all the excuses I want, but I mean, I'm truthful and honest with all of you. Roadrunner, talking with a website on see if they can actually do some specific stuff for me. Gotta call another one because I found a website that claims to have the pillars on each side right here, and it says it fits the 70 to 74. And it almost doesn't look like windows from a 70, crosses over from 71 to 74. So I gotta call them. I just recently found it. Found another one, but it was wrong. But this one, I can't even remember the name of it because I bookmarked it. But they claim that 70 to 74 pillars work on this. And if it does, you know, I'll do some research and comparison. I think I'll give them some business, because the salvage yards and junk yards that I've been talking to have been ignoring me. And they think I'm full of nonsense. It's like, well, you had this and so they probably just pulling my leg, and I don't want to show them the YouTube channel because I feel that's kind of bragging in some way, or this, because I provide them, you know, pictures, because, you know, the tape's kind of faded. I've provided some pictures of what I need to cut on both sides. But yeah, I'm still not giving up. There's a lot of connections and stuff out there, but yeah, this is what I was first trying to get the roof swap, and then it's like, well, see about we get the pillars and everything. But yeah, people want to see this project up, and so do I, but it's been a headache. It's like yes, no, and this too is like beating a dead horse, because it was one of our biggest videos at the time. So yeah, beating a dead horse. But yeah, just doing updates. So, but I want to get the body done first and then focus on the rails. But I'm also tempted to, in time, and talk with one company to see if they can make a frame for this, get it off the unibody frame and turn to a more sporty thing. But excuse me. But we'll see on what happens between now and 2 to 3 years, and what happens next week when I call that one company online about the pillar post. Buick is going to get moved. We were wanting to do a startup video on this, but since Tucker is traveling for a living right now, we're not big enough for him to stay home all the time to start up business stuff and everything. So I want to move this over in the front row. Now, as I've stated before, this is going to get chopped up. A lot of the sheet metal is going to be used on the 42 Cadillac. This is the same gauge. I'm hoping that no irregularities happen between welding them together, butt welding them together, because I know Ford, I guess, maybe has a different process than GM. So we'll find out. If stuff fails, then I could just go into town and get some sheet metal, proper sheet metal for that. So it's really no big deal, but I got to cut this carefully and specifically, because I want to get this off the frame and prop it up, start cutting it. I want to get it down so far so that way I can save the rails and everything else back for the 58 Biscayne, because, you know, that frame's going to be for the Biscayne. See, Dad's Bonneville, that'll be placed over here, someplace right here. But I won't be taking off the frame too soon, because we're going to be, I think, building our little tiny storage unit in a shed right here for our outlet to at least start something up. So, razor tail, I got to get some stuff configured on it, on getting the key switched out. Find whichever decent tire is the best, put them in the front, so that way I don't damage anything in the front, because it's a front drive. And yes, this is a factory 69 Cadillac Eldorado razor tail with for the 500 engine. It is in the books. Go ahead and look at it. Not going to show the VIN or the body tag, because you're not supposed to share that stuff online, because people will steal your information. Before I start on these girls right here, I got to reposition the 48 around, and I'm not sure what Tucker's going to do with that just yet. I know he wants to put a 460 into it, but I just got to position it and move it around. And I think I'm going to move the 76 Roadrunner so that way I can have a spot right here to pull out engines onto that flat top, because doing Drama Queen's engine, yeah, it's still sitting there. I've been that busy. But yeah, so I'm going to have a spot to pull engines, put them on to the side, and box them up and what have you. Barracuda is just about ready to be blocked up appropriately. Start working on it. I'll do body work and everything that else is needed first. We haven't found a website that has the reproduction grills, so I think we have everything marked online to complete that 100%. But I don't know what he's going to do with it, because since it's Formula S, I don't know if he's going to either put the well, not the original engine, but a similar engine to the original one into it, or use the 440 and turn it to a 4-speed or an automatic. Not sure yet. So let's see here. Of course, you know, parts and everything here and there. Nothing to really talk about. Just gotta put them on pallets. This is being placed into the front row, the front lineup. This won't be too bad to redo. Once I get the stickers stuff handled over there, it'll go over right there. I'll block it up, put it, you know, pull the frame out, carefully put the car down, so that way it's not like the 58 Biscayne. Of course, I'll take everything out, make it a lot lighter, and then take the rear axle off of this, put it over on the other one. I know the leaf springs are shot, but they'll help out at least moving it, and then go from there, do whatever body work is necessary, the minor stuff, redo the frame on the other one, and then put it down onto it, and then go from there. Yeah, just body swap before, oh yeah, body swap after I redo the frame. So yeah, not much else to really say. Find out in time, and yes, I'll be doing a video documentary on everything between the frames, and like I said, from the 56 over there to this 56 right here. Drama Queen, the fan base. Once I get stuff positioned around, then I'll be taking her, well, actually I won't be taking her off the frame, but I'll start doing some body work. I'll loosen up all the bolts and everything. I know they're going to snap, but once I process the parts car right there, next car I want to drag over is Drama Queen's parts car and start processing it. But I'll wait till Tucker's here so he can mark everything out, let me know what needs to be cut, and go from there. It's going to be a very long journey to redo her, but well worth saving. Not too far gone at all. So just gotta check absolutely everything, the main supports sections of the body, you know, both sides of the rail, the structure and everything. I know the top's pretty good, but now I gotta get a bullseye to start taking out all the hail dents in the chrome from the hail that we got this year. Yeah, kind of sucks, but it is what it is, right? Piece of weed that I somehow missed. Yeah, that's what happens when there's holes. All right. 58 Biscayne, you know, I'm gonna put onto a Ford drivetrain. It's gotta have a 428 Super Cobra jet, 4-speed and everything. Won't be original by any means. I'll customize it through and through to what it needs to be married onto the frame, do proper measurements and all that. But when I get the other body off the frame, I'll put this on the frame and scoot it around because I'm having issues on locating fenders. Everyone wants an arm and a leg for the fenders now, and shipping and handling. I have not found anyone that's underneath $500 for shipping and handling per fender. Yeah, I'm absolutely annoyed because I just need front fenders and wheel wells in order to get this car going. And that one guy that I was working something out with on eBay bought a fender, but he's like, oh, it's too big, I need to cut it. It's like, no, refund me, you're not cutting that fender. I was absolutely irritated that day. I was like, all right, I'll give him a sale, you know, each and every month. But now it's like, well, I think he was wanting to get more money out of me. I'm not going to say his name in no way, shape, or form. But, yeah, I think he was going to do highway robbery with me. I think he was kind of crooked. So, but this will be put in the front row, just like the 73 Roadrunner. So when something does happen, when fenders come by, I'll yank it out and start doing stuff on it. So, yeah, not much else to say about this car. I really want to get it going because I want to restore this alongside Cherry Bomb Victoria. Still don't know what to name her. Still don't know what to name her. Yeah. And of course, Cherry Bomb Victoria, I've been cleaning up around it. She'll get moved around. Once I get a few things positioned, she'll go right here. And I'll start taking it off the frame. I gotta get stuff off the ground. I gotta get the locks off still. I keep talking about that, but other things get in the way and it slips my mind. That's how I am. Stuff has not really changed in the car. I've left an absolute mess. Yeah. But when I get this car, I'm gonna hit it hard, and I'm gonna keep hitting it hard because I need to get this car back up on the road. So, not much else to really say. I know it's a sad sight. I know a lot of you are not going to like me about seeing this here, and I don't blame you one bit at all. So, but yeah, I'll just put tires on her. Once I get stuff situated over here, she'll move right there, and then I'll start working on it furiously to what I can. Let's see. Dad's highboy. I'll reposition some stuff around. That'll go in the front of the cab. Out of the way. The engines and such, they'll be placed over there. I'm going to put some tires onto this and a pallet in the back, so that way that doesn't drag on the ground, but that way this is easier to move. I got to move the other engines right here at long last, box them up before winter comes. That's why that it's going to be at least 2 to 3 that's why I want to work at least on it on cars on 2 to 3 times a week, because once I get done with everything else, the rest of this is going to be moved out of my yard, because there's some things that's going to be placed in the yard in the next couple years for property improvement. So now we're going to go over to a few other vehicles real fast. Like this one is a Ford pickup 9-inch rear axle. It's for the 55 Ford pickup, the custom cab. Not much else to say on it. Rear axle Fords, half tons, main majority of them were 9-inch from 1957 to I think 1971. I think some of the newer ones were like that too, but not all of them. But yeah, I have a 9-inch on my 59 Ford, which I want to yank out, but it's going to stay there until next year till I get some stuff situated and organized. This right here will be used for a trailer because it's not a 9-inch. Thought it was, but it's not. But the back one is. That's a 9-inch. That'll be for the 68 Galaxy XL Fastback. And this will be over there as well with the rest. It'll join her sister cars, the 64 Merc and the 64 Galaxy XL. This will be modernized through and through. I'm not going to two-tone it. It's just going to be all straight turquoise. I'll probably do more of a modern turquoise color on it. A little bit darker, make it shine a little bit better, so that way the chrome stands out. This will be modernized through and through. I'll get some sort of a modern engine into this. It'll be either some sort of a Ford piston engine, or maybe even a modern day Hemi. That's mainly like the trucks or the cars. Actually, I think both of them are the same. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. But it'll get modernized through and through. Bluetooth, GPS, satellite, whole bunch of stuff. Powered windows, AC, power steering. It'll have disc brakes in the back, but power brakes in the front. Because that's a 9-inch, I'll turn it into a posi, so that way I can have the extra power if I need it on something. It'll remain 15-inch. I want to find universal rims that fit on both hub and disc brake. But if it comes to it, because I'm still trying to debate, because there are kits out there that can actually turn these rear axles into disc brakes. So yeah, this will be modernized through and through, because I need a vehicle for travel and everything in the future, along with hauling some family member around, so that way the pickup doesn't kill them as every time when they get out. Because I'll also be busting my chops on this too, so you'll most likely see videos of this more alongside Cherry Bomb Victoria. And I don't know what to really call this car. It's actually a two-tone car with a white top. First I thought, okay, maybe someone painted it, but no, it's got a white top, but I want to keep the everything on it. It's kind of strange how they have that. It's a white top, just like Tucker's XL, but they painted the base color and then they painted it white. So, but I'll keep it turquoise through and through. So LED lights front and back, interior, exterior, I mean everything that you name it. I gotta get another fender. This one's okay, but it'll possibly be for a patch job for others. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. I haven't quite dug into it just yet. I'll dig into it more when I get it over there with their other sister cars. So, and we'll do comparisons between standard Galaxy 500 automatic to a XL 4-speed on the differences. So yeah, not much else to say other than just getting it over there and start working on it. And sometime in the near future we're going to explore this, because whatever engine that's in this, if it's a rocket, this stays a 4-door sedan. If it's not a rocket, then it gets customized. And yeah, I still gotta get it off the ground. That's embarrassing to show. Yeah, of course, all the others that were saved, I gotta get that fence up here very shortly this week. I still gotta move some stuff around. I've been so gosh darn busy. So gosh darn busy. Next couple years, when things are situated, I'm gonna start doing stuff on the Woody, start making Woodies. I want to specialize in that. This, I found out this engine does not match up. This is a replacement engine. Someone put this in, and they also put this is not a frame swap. At first I thought it was, because it almost looked like it, but I think they did something, because this right here shows that they took it off, so they might have actually replaced the cab mounts right there at one time, the rubber, because the back are kind of original. So, but I think they did an engine swap, because this does not match up. This matches up to another Ford, so this is an actual Mercury frame, and someone put a Ford back bumper on it. It's fixable. That'll go to Tucker, because I have nothing that that'll take. And in fact, I think that's a different back bumper altogether. So, because a lot of stuff doesn't quite match up to the rock guard. But this body, originally going to be a parts car, but now it's going to be a pattern car with paper patterns in order to fix the Woody. So, and I got to find out what kind of proper series this 2-door station wagon 48 Mercury Woody is. And it is a 2-door station wagon. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to do this, because never quite worked on anything to this extent, let alone a Woody, because that's why I got a lot of books coming. When they all come, I will share the information, so that way it's available to the public and nothing hidden, especially how these are put together, especially tin tops. I even have some books coming on those too. So front end on this, that's for the 68 Galaxy. A lot of you will be seeing that sometime later this month, once I get a lot of the jungle chopped down and kind of, well, kind of mastered and tamed. And of course the parts car, we talked about that so many times. Yeah, we're gonna wander over here in the jungle. Hopefully there's no gutter spiders. Of course, I gotta move this out of the way. I gotta get some tires on it. I got to most likely move Raleigh. I gotta chop a lot of weeds down. Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. I don't know what happened. I just kind of lost track, but I'm hoping to get the 68 Galaxy XL Fastback out and positioned over here. I'll put it on a custom built crate, you know, I'll block it up, put it underneath, and then just kind of carefully drag it out. I'll have to move some stuff out of the way in order to get it out of there. So I don't want to wander over there just yet, because as you can see, it's pretty thick between me and her. So this is what also I'll have to be messing with too, chopping stuff down with a machete. Yeah, it's embarrassing to show, but this is what happened when we had a lot of rain between everything and me not having time. So yep. I mean, it happens, right? Like I said, if I had Tucker here and we were a lot bigger to have Tucker, I would have actually had stuff here done where he could work on stuff while I do yard work. But yeah, so, and I guess last vehicle to show, actually two of them. Of course, this one, we're working on it off and on. Yeah, people don't like this car because of what it is. Jealousy ruins a lot of things. Yeah, I'll be working on that here sometime shortly, off and on, but not for full restoration, but just getting enough to drive around. And of course, Drama Queen's parts car. I'm thinking about putting on a special pallet built specifically for this and then dragging it over, because I got to make some room in order to drag it over properly. Last but not least, let's see here. Red Rose, just put the hood on it and call it good. And then getting some things situated to where I think in the next couple years we'll probably pull out the 71 Mercury Marquis Brougham and work on it a little bit and get the 429 down into it when we locate a 4-barrel for it. So yeah, let's see here. The 56 Mercury wagon's going to stay there for now till I get some other things situated, and I'll pull it out, yank it out, and along with Big Blue Betty, and then skip over to one more vehicle. Now the last one, the 55 Ford F100 custom cab. I got to clean stuff up out of here, move things over, and put tires on it, get it out and positioned over there once I get everything else organized and positioned. So yeah, I'll probably make some videos if a lot of stuff doesn't quite happen. I guess I'll just do some things here and there to move stuff out for cheap content. So yeah, this will get a 390 4-speed, nothing too specific. 4-barrel. I almost thought about stroking it, or at least camming it or something, but I'm not quite sure yet. But it's definitely going to get a 390 down into it. And it is a 272 V8 Y block. This had very basic stuff on it and everything. Just kind of show it, because I was originally going to yank this out, but now that I had to, you know, save the rest of the vehicles, get them out of there, because now the new owner has taken over, and I guess I'm hearing a lot of mixed stuff. So, but yep, I'm going to start working on this. I want to start working on the first vehicles that I ever got. I want to get this at least semi going, and then the 60 GMC. Yeah, because I want to keep the GMC GM along with Dad's Pontiac, the 66. Me and Tucker were talking. So all the other GM cars are most likely going to have Ford or Dodge into it. Ooh, big bumblebee. Hey there, sweetheart. What you doing? I'm so happy that they're thriving and surviving. But also, too, I'm going to have to get these chopped down in order to get this out. So that's pretty much everything in a nutshell, I guess. A lot of stuff will be happening, and as you can see, the jungle that I have to do. Yeah, I'm just showing what I still have to do, because you know, try to get the home business going, but I have to be Dr. Livingston and chop my way through this jungle and get it down. So that's everything in a nutshell. Next week I'll start, whoops, if I can get the camera right. Next week I'll start working on vehicles again. Took 2 weeks off, wasn't enough. I'll just do yard work, picking up stuff, and then work on things at a time. We're nowhere near big enough for Tucker to, well, for him to kind of retire from his job and for us to get stuff going on YouTube. I'm not saying that for begging reasons or anything, it's just how things are right now. So I'm going to try to build up the channel as best as I can, see how far we can go, and go from there. We're not gonna, some people asked us, and then some comments disappeared. Yeah, we're having those issues again, that if we're going to review stuff. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to review anything. We're just going to grab stuff, build and go. We're open to sponsors and everything, but we have to make sure that there's some sort of a fine line placed down. Collaborations are still off the table, but there's certain individuals online that we would like to collaborate with, but we're tiny and we're going nowhere. We haven't quite proven nothing yet, because we are mainly known to talk and grab and save vehicles, which is fine and understanding, because everyone wants to make sure there's like, yeah, they're actually someone that they could fully you know, kind of commit to with collaborations without any worry on anything backfiring or liability. And we want to make sure that's the same way, you know, on both sides. So, but yeah, going to use no one else's content or vehicles, unless if it's family, you know, like what we did with our brother-in-law and our relative with his car collection and everything. Nobody else's. We did go to a car show. We thought about recording, but it's like, you know, it's not our vehicles. Let's not do that. So there was friends there and everything, but we don't want to do that sort of thing. We want, you know, it's YouTube, it's our stuff. I know everyone's differently, but us, we're like that. So alrighty, I guess that's everything in a nutshell. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're at 2282 subs, and I'm trying to get things going. So yeah, it's an uphill battle, but it's not easy, and I don't want it to be easy, because if it was easy, then something's wrong. So alrighty, I'll end the video there and stop rambling. That's an update about everything, what's going on, and we'll just see what late to early mid-fall brings, and hopefully winter is months away. So y'all have a go now. Take care and stay safe. See you later, and thanks again for the lovely support.